Today, let's talk soldering as we begin laying down the molten solder on the Alien Facehugger stained glass project. I want to talk about 3 different styles or techniques you can try if you're new to this awesome, anxiety-inducing, but rewarding art form. It should be noted, I am not a professional, and I started making stained glass in June of 25. So these are just some of the techniques I've stumbled upon in my trial and error ways of learning. The first one is what I call the base coat approach. You lay down a thin base coat of solder to cover all the foil and then come back to it with more solder to finish the line later. This is helpful if you're dealing with smaller thin pieces. It's not small, it's thin. Deuce Bigelow, what's up? The reason this is helpful is you're not applying a ton of heat all at once and giving the glass time to cool so you don't get heat cracks. Those are not our friends. We do not like heat cracks. The second approach is probably the most common. I see most artists solder this way, which I call load as you go. You work one line at a time. You load up on solder with the first pass, then probably give it a second or third pass to clean it up. Bonus points if you develop the hand coordination to feed the soldering iron on the move. It is not as easy as it looks. If I'm being honest, I usually incorporate most, if not all of these techniques with my projects. If one doesn't work for you, try another approach. One of the things I love about making stained glass is there are so many different paths that lead to the same end result. And your process can be just as unique as the art you make. The third approach is what I call tack and fill. This was my approach before using the tape method to hold all my pieces together. Essentially, you're just tacking all of the pieces together, guesstimating how much solder you need by blobbing it everywhere, and then going back over it with the soldering iron to smooth it all out. You'll probably end up with extra solder in spots, but that's not a big deal. You can just drag over multiple lines to spread the wealth, or tip the project on its side and let gravity remove some of that solder for you. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the follow button if you enjoy seeing stained glass art get created one process at a time. And let me know in the comments which is your preferred method of soldering, or if you know of an entirely different technique I didn't even mention here. I love trying out new approaches, and you should too, because we might find something we like.